First of all, just, come down here and get one. I thought it was a much improved football team, just watching them throughout the year. And I thought they were stout. I thought they had an opportunity on both sides of the ball. They had, potential playmakers at the wide receiver position. I thought their defensive front was pretty good. So I knew we would have our hands full. And we came off an emotional game the week before against Appalachian State. And we started a little slow tonight. When you come out and you have 4 turnovers in the first half, you sit there and you scratch your head and you start wondering, what are we doing wrong to have these turnovers happen to us? But we came back here in the locker room and we had a good talk, and we talked about why the turnovers happen and what we could do to fix them. We talked about not pointing fingers, not batting an eye. The score was 7-7. It was just like we took the field in the first half. And we knew if we played a pretty clean second half, we'd have an opportunity to come out with the ball game, and that's exactly what we did. Big plays, I can't say enough about our defense, and they put pressure on the quarterback all night long and kept them in check. And then Sam Pinckney, it's just remarkable, what type of effort he has to go up and bring down those balls, and just tremendous. And then you look at the running ability, and Jemias Williams got in there and it gave us a spark. And Tucker Gregg had a big touchdown run, and the offensive line came to play. I mean, they really played pretty good. All of them, we were without our kicker tonight. We had a true freshman Holder in there. He was shaking us. You might have seen if you watched the game closely on that first snap on the extra point. He really bobbles it. But it was a really good win. Very proud of us, of all of us. When I say that, our coaches, our players, and we're sitting here at 4-4, and we got one more guaranteed game ahead of us, and our sights and our sounds are committed to playing our very best next week, starting right now.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions from members of the media. If you would, unmute yourself, ask a question, and then remute, and we'll go through these. Questions for Coach.
How you doing, Coach? Julian Hart of The Signal. Great win.
Thank you.
After the Louisiana Monroe game, you really talked about how the team really need to clamp down on, the defense. And since then, the last 2 games against Appalachian State and against South Alabama, your defense has come out, like a whole nother team. You guys held the Jaguars scoreless in the fourth quarter. Talk to me, what adjustments have you guys made, especially since the Louisiana Monroe game, to really, especially on the defense, to really hunker down and get some quality stops in this last game?
Well, we changed our practice habits a little bit, and kind of the way we start practices is fast. It's a tempo period, but we were really dragging at the end of practice, and we started having a period at the end where we went good on good, and we do that several times during the course of the day. But typically, we end with a scout period, and it runs long, and it's just a drag. This time of the year, you gotta have some effort there towards the end. So we started going against each other, good on good there at the end, and it's our finish strong period. And I think it's really helped us because what we've missed the last 2 days of the games is exactly the way they finish practice now. I mean, it's great competitiveness going against our offense and really ending the practice on a high note. And I don't know if that's it, but I know we did make that change. But, it's not so much what we did as coaches. I think it's what they've done as players. I think they play with tremendous effort. I think they play with great pride. And, man, if you watch those guys, you watch them go out there and hunt, and they hunt like animals now. I mean, for whatever reason, it has turned up a notch. And maybe it's growth from, a maturation process or whatever it is, but I like seeing it.
How much did you need that kind of effort, Coach, when the ball was getting turned over so often there in the first half? How important was the defense to come up like they did?
Oh, yeah, you can't sit there and turn the ball over and give up score after score, or it could have got really ugly quick, and we could have been completely out of the game. And, it's a little bit how the Coastal Carolina game got away from us. I think we had the missed field goal right there, and then they go down and score, and then we had a turnover in our next possession, and they go back and score, and then it kind of steamrolled from there. But our defense stood strong and really paved the way for us to get on track offensively. In the first half, we I guess you don't ever look at stats, but God, we about had 300 yards of offense in the first half, and we had 7 points and 4 turnovers. So it wasn't panic. You didn't have to go panic. I said, we're going to be all right. Just don't turn the ball over. And that's certainly what we did. They played tremendous defense throughout the second half, and we turned it on offensively.
Coach, you played this game without Dante and Antavius, 2 pretty important cogs on the defense, and it really didn't seem like it made a difference. The guys who were on the field really played well. What can you say about the unit as a whole for overcoming what could have been an excuse if things were going badly?
Oh, man, let me tell you, when you look out there and you see the entire defense, I think everybody played the game on the trip defensively. They were rolling in and out of there. It didn't matter who was out there, putting pressure on the quarterback, stopping the run. Just a great effort. You got Meatball inside, you got Gore, you got Jeffrey Clark, you got Hardrick Willis, you got Jordan Shawn. In our linebackers, Blake Carroll, and you got Vic Hayward, you got Trajan McQueen, all those guys. Just really doing a great job in the secondary. It's just, Tay Lane's a big part of that back end. He creates a lot of turnovers, and he's very critical for us. But they stepped in and did a marvelous job. It really is. Bacon, Chris Moore. They just all continued to go out there, and whoever it was, they stepped up.
How important was it?
Keon Carter. Let me talk about Keon Carter. I apologize for that, but here's a guy that steps into place. He goes out there. He's walked on for us. He does a tremendous job, and this guy works just extremely hard. I'm so proud to have him on our team and what he stands for and how he goes about his business. And he did a marvelous job tonight.
I was going to ask you a question about when they scored to go ahead. You guys came and answered that real quick, and that's just kind of what started the spurt. How important was it to come back and answer them and kind of set the tone for the rest of the game?
I thought that may have been the turning point of the ball game, to tell you the truth. When they went down and scored, had we come out and kind of fiddled around offensively and maybe had to, punt it back to them very quickly, it could have been a momentum swing. It was fantastic to see. It just went down so you got fast like we did, and it was